Hi, my name's Paul Simmons, also known as Happy Jack. This is my video for balancing light and glamour photography with my beautiful model.
Anyway, what we're going to do now is we're going to show you exactly how we shoot Ashley. A lot of people think you shouldn't shoot pink on pink and you shouldn't shoot different setups and different colours that are too closely matched. So as you can see, I've got this light pointing directly at Ashley. As a matter of fact, we'll point it even a little bit more at Ashley so that we'll twist it a bit more. Hello Ashley. So we've got that pointing at Ashley, and we've got this one, this 300. This is pointing, this is on, let me tell you what they're on. This is on half power and this is on 1/8 of a power. And when I shoot this, this is a setup that people see me do and they try to copy it, and when I watch videos of people doing it, they've got it wrong because they haven't got the... So let me just show you what, if I just shoot this of Ashley now and then you look onto the back of the camera, what you'll find is that, as you can see all these highlights? So it's overexposed. You've got all these highlights, and even if I knock the exposure down a little bit, let's just do that. If I knock that exposure down a little bit, so if I knock it down a stop, it'll still be overexposed, and it overexposes on the worst possible parts. It's always the forehead. It overexposes right on the forehead. So let's just shoot another one again, and as you can see that it flashes. It's sort of almost impossible to stop it flashing on the shiny silver top, but we need to avoid the forehead. We're better off underexposing by a stop so that it looks, you can see skin texture, because Ashley's got some incredible freckles and skin texture, so you don't want to lose that. So you're better off underexposing by a stop than overexposing by a stop, because if you underexpose, it's still there. When you put it into Photoshop, the skin texture's still there, and you can lighten things up and airbrush things and make it look clean without getting rid of all the freckles and everything. So let me just show you what I do. So this shots now, you'll see all of these have got, it's slightly overexposed on the forehead, on the dress. I'm actually touching that. So you can see it's overexposed on her forehead, it's overexposed on the dress, and it's kind of, that's with me doing it at that. What most people do is they do it at around this one, and it looks really bright and clear, but when you look at it, you've lost all of the texture of the skin across the chest. Ashley, can you look right into the camera for me? And then you'll see on Ashley's face, it'll be on her forehead. So you can see all of that is lost, and it's a beautiful picture that's essentially not very good. What you can do is you can shoot in RAW, but you've still lost it. It's still overexposed, and you'll struggle to get it back in, because in RAW, if you get the highlights right, then the rest of the skin tones go a bit muddy. So I kind of prefer to shoot things a bit different. So let's just change things around. So we'll leave these lights at exactly what they are. This is at 1/8, this is at half, and we're shooting at 1/60th of a second at f11. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to point this flash further down, because all I want to do is I want to just literally get a little bit of rim light that sort of falls like this. It's going to go up towards the top of Ashley's head. We're losing most of it in the carpet. And then what I'm going to do is, this is the really important bit, I'm going to take this and I'm going to drop it right the way down. I'm bringing this up as high as I can take it. And then I'm going to very dangerously, I'll get my step ladder. Very proud of this step ladder. I bought it from World. It's an amazing little kit. So and what I want to do now is, as you can see with that light, it's kind of pointing towards the window a little bit. Oh, let me turn that around. It's like watching, the Chuckle Brothers. To me, to you. So I want this to be a little bit more...
You just get you some little indicators for that?
Little indicators, yeah. And some flashing lights. And a little Nina, Nina, Nina. I don't know who Nina is, but I really like her. Okay, so what have we changed? We've changed this, so it's pointed down. This little bit of light here is literally, it's just going to skim the top. If I take a picture there, it's going to skim halfway across Ashley's face. So I'm hoping. Okay, so yeah, she's much darker. She's much darker than she was before. She's not where we want it to be yet, but we'll work towards that. So let's just shoot another picture so as you can see it. Okay, so it's darker. We've still got a little bit of highlights in the top, but we can get rid of that in a second. And it's underexposed slightly. So what can we do to alter that? Well, we can straight away knock this up a little bit because we've moved it away. So let's do one like that. Yeah, so the skin looks much cleaner. The skin looks much cleaner. She's got some shadows under her face a little bit. So then I'm going to just literally move this slightly higher. Let's have a look at that again. That's much better. So what we've done is the carpet has absorbed some of the light from this beauty dish. I don't ever see anybody using a beauty dish this low, so I must be a real weirdo. Normally beauty dishes are right up in the sky. They're pointing up and down on the model, which gives you really good cheekbones. I like to use it at the bottom for definition. So let me take a little look at that. Okay, I think that's absolutely gorgeous. Ashley, can I get you to move forward just one step? That's going to give me a little bit of a brighter image, I think, as well, and the back's going to darken down. Oh, I got you with your eyes closed there. So that's gorgeous. I love that shot. I think it's beautiful, but the background looks a little bit dead. So all I'm going to do now is there's lots of different ways you can change the background, but I like to keep things nice and simple. All I'm going to do is to drop this into the background. So this is at the 16th. So, and I'll work through the f-stops with you in a second, just so as you can. So let's have a little look where that. Okay, so it's given it a bit of a lift, but it's not enough. So it's down to a 16th. Let's move it right up to a quarter. Give it a little flash. Take a picture, see what we get. That's lovely, but it's a little bit too far to the left. So I'm moving that around a little bit. I'm going to just bring it a bit closer, so we don't get any. So let's move it on to there and take another picture. Okay, so it needs to be slightly right, a little bit more to the right. So what we're doing now is it's a little bit of a difficult thing. I want the light to feather onto the background, but I don't want it to feather onto Ashley's right shoulder. So we have to be careful with that. There is a way that we can work around it just by being a little bit careful. Okay, I think that's beautiful, and I think I'm going to pump a little bit more. We're on to a quarter. Okay, so it's literally onto half. And it's still, even now, it's still giving me a little bit. The highlight on the background is showing up a little bit that we're still a little bit to the left. So let's get that to there a little bit. Spend time getting these things right. I did the Gordon Ramsay thing there. Spend time getting these things right so that you can spend maybe 30 minutes taking pictures of things that are wrong, and then you get your lights right in that 30 minutes, and then you can spend maybe 10 minutes getting 50 or 60 pictures that you think are incredible. It's much easier to get the faults out of the shot while you're doing these tests than it is to do it in Photoshop later. Okay, even still, we still need to go a bit further. And now it's slightly too powerful and we're getting a little bit of an edge to there. So let's just move this back a little bit like this and put a bit more. I'm going to move it further away. You can actually see the fact that it takes a little bit of messing around to get the backlight right. But once we've got the backlight how we want it to be, then you can just crack on and shoot. And I'll show you some of the images that we're not getting right. I want to put those up in a second so as you can compare them to when we do actually get it right. If we get it right. Okay, I still want to just take that a bit more. I'm going to move this around until we get it right. Actually, can you move forward just like onto the edge of the paper? Let's try it there. Maybe that's what it was. Maybe it was actually standing in the wrong place. Okay, now we're getting there. Tiny little bit more and we're ready to go. One more. The famous saying of photographers is you need one more shot. Just one more shot. Okay, so let's just run through what we're shooting at. The main light is at f14. This is 2 stops lower than f14. So, and this one is 1 stop higher than that. So we've got 16, 14, and this drops down to about 11. So we need to balance these lights up until we get them perfect. So for example, let's do it simply with even numbers. If this was 8, this needs to be 16. And if this is 16, this needs to be 22. So this one is the main light. This is a stop below. This is a stop above.
Quick maths.
Quick maths. So let me just play it a little bit and just see what we get. Okay, so now we're getting a little bit of highlight on the shoulder still. And all we're getting now is the highlight on the dress, and I can live with that. It's a very shiny, silvery dress. Is it silvery? What would you call it? Metallic.
Pink?
Pink metallic. I know my fashion, you know. Okay, so we've got everything how we want it. We've got the lights how we want it. We've got everything how we want it to be. So it's probably taken us, what, 20 minutes to get the lights right? So now we can spend 10 minutes and literally shoot loads off. So let's go and let's have a little look what we get. That's beautiful, actually. That's gorgeous. I'm zooming in and out. I'm zooming to 3/4. I'm going to loosen that off slightly. I'm shooting to 3/4 and right up to Ashley's waist. Like there, I'm cropping just below fingertips. And on this shot, I'm cropping right up right where the waistband is. There, she automatically knew that I was shooting there, so she brought her hands into play. And that's gorgeous. Now I'm going to shoot back to the middle of the thigh, so she knows then she can bring things down. Always work with the best models that you can. If you work with the best models, that already easily elevates your game. That's gorgeous. That's beautiful. That's beautiful, Ashley. So you literally, in that short space of time, we've got everything we want to. So we've probably took 20 minutes to set up, and we've probably took 5 minutes to get the pictures we want. But if we've shot 50 pictures there, we've got 50 pictures that the exposure's right, and the lighting's right, and the balance is all right. And the only thing that can go wrong is that accidentally we might get Ashley blinking, or we might get me cropping an elbow off or something, but everything else is right. So we'll shoot another 5 minutes of pictures, we'll put them up somewhere there, and we'll show you what we shoot in a second. We'll move on to the next set. That's beautiful, Ashley. That's gorgeous. Stick with that one for me.